Alrighty, welcome to the next game between SplitterGAL playing the orange Zerg and brazil424 playing the purple Protoss. Okay, Brazil, Brazil mate, are you drunk or high or okay? So Brazil made just an interesting statement about Splitter or Splitter's race, and I have to disagree with that. Um, Basically for two reasons. One reason is that Splitter's best race is not Zerg. That's point one, number one, and point number two is that he's really good with all races. Yeah, maybe Brazil was thinking about low map experience because he was playing a game against Splitter on low map. I was also casting that. I was also commenting that game, so you can check that on my channel. So Brazil was playing against Splitter, a low map game. Anyway, this is now fastest game, and yeah, in the game lobby, Brazil was asking Splitter to choose Zerg, and so this is not an RVR. They started off as a PVZ by default. Anyway, I expect a nice game. Brazil went for a mid build, which is really beneficial for him, especially that Splitter is in a middle position and opening up with a choke, which is hard to defend against a mid build attack by a Protoss. So you have to have 3 larva here saved up for quick lings. So those 6 zerglings are really essential. So you badly need them to protect the choke, especially if the Protoss is microing the probe correctly and preventing the creep colony from building up. Right now there come the lings, only yeah, so I wanted to say 4 of them, but they are joined by an extra 2. It's really nice. Splitter just needs that. Also another Zealot is attacking the fray, joining the fray, but newer lings are coming outside of these eggs, and they are for these creeps just to finish. And Splitter is doing a nice job. He's really microing these lings well, but Brazil decided to leave these creep colony or these sunkens there and then just flood inside of the base of Splitter, who doesn't really have defense here, but he made newer lings, so he will be fine with this situation, so he can defend and survive this attack by Brazil, who is sending newer zealots. And that was a nice move. So the lings were staying there, the correct place where Brazil cannot really enter. So okay, that's really a good job by Splitter. So he really blocked the entrance, and Brazil wasn't able to do anything. He couldn't go inside with the reinforcements, and this is the time for Splitter just to come outside and do some damage. Whatever damage he can deal at this point of the game is huge. So he's going forward now and start to attack that Nexus, but he's quickly retreating. He just wanted to allure these zealots up there, so he can come here to the bottom and then start harassing the probes. Okay, so he's doing that right now. The lings started to attack the probes, but that zealot there was placed perfectly. The lings didn't really have a chance to attack the probes directly, so as Splitter was blocking the way here with lings, Brazil was blocking the way with a zealot right here. So right now this harassment is over and Brazil can focus on getting his macro up. making an extra nexus, so he will just focus on getting some more probes, and we'll see what's up his sleeves. A quick Stargate, which is quite a standard thing, especially from a low map player, because Brazil is a low map player by default. And there, on those maps, you always, well, most of the time start off with a quick Stargate against a Zerg. You just make some Corsairs and then go on the hunt for Overlords, which is really annoying for the Zerg player, because they just have to remake Overlords, they lose quite a few minerals, they get supply blocked and so on. So it's really annoying for the Zerg player, who has to deal with the Corsairs by making either fast Hydralisks or fast Spore Colonies, and this is also bad for the Zerg player, because instead of making drones, he has to make Hydras and Spore Colonies. So the economy won't really be growing, they lose mining time and so on. But if it's handled correctly, then of course it's not a huge issue in the long run. So the Zerg of course can live through this, but they really have to focus here not to lose many Overlords and micro the Hydras correctly. And right now this Corsair is coming inside, rather. Yeah, I think he was just making a scout, and I wanted to check for Overlords, where to find them for later. And right now this next Corsair is on the way, so now these two will go on the hunt and kill any Overlord that they can find. So Brazil is opening up Citadel of Adenoon, so he'll go on with fast Zealots and try to break this choke with legs. Okay, that Zealot there is breakdancing like hell. Like no any person in the world can breakdance like that. So come on, I mean, it's cool. Just continue that, bro. Okay, joking apart, Brazil is continuing making Corsairs and also getting the upgrade for the Zealots. The Zealot there is making my day. Splitter on the other hand is spitting out Hydralisks. And to be honest, this is looking good for him. Because these Hydras also act as a drop defense, and he will be safe for drops. He's also safe for Corsairs. So Brazil is not really able to do as much harassment as he desired. And that's why Splitter is in a good spot. He has a choke up, defended by an Evo chamber, which is really nice. And he has Hydras to kill these Corsairs. So at the moment Brazil won't really be able to do damage. And okay, two Zealots are dancing around, enjoying this party. Soon they'll have a bigger party attacking. More and more hatcheries are laid. And the Queen's Nest is on the way as well. So Brazil is focusing on Zealot legs and Templar drops. High Templar drops on fastest map is really an annoying thing, and that's the thing. So high Templar drops really enable Protoss players to win against any race. It's easy to do, well, relatively easy. It also depends on what other race the Protoss is facing, because certain races have better possibilities for a drop defense, and the best drop defense can be made by the Zerg. They can have nice Hydras all over the place, Guardians near the main, Lurkers around the main, Scourges, Spore Colonies. So basically they have lots of things that's at their disposal. And it seems that Brazil is going on with mass shuttles and reavers. And it's not a bad thing to do, because Splitter doesn't really have sunken colonies. Oh yeah, and also I missed, sunken colonies also serve as a good basis for drop defense, but right now Splitter doesn't have many of them, only like yeah, one here, which is good for Brazil because the reavers can land safely here and do some damage. But he really has to focus there with the shuttle. He has to. It has to be a surprise drop, because if Splitter scouts and just well basically sees the drop in advance, he can just move all his Hydras in time and protect for the shuttles. Okay, so the Corsairs are now coming and starting the hunt for overlords. I think this is just to direct the attention of Splitter and distract him from the upcoming drop. He's just yeah, coming inside with the Corsair leaving, coming back, leaving, and so on. So he just wants to make sure that Splitter is there with the Hydras. But it won't be a problem for him because he has lots of Hydras up here as well. And newer hatcheries are laid, so the economy of Splitter is really kicking in, and well, this is looking really bad for Brazil at the moment. If a player cannot really break the choke or do economical damage for the Zerg, then well, it's really hard. And right now he decides to drop these reavers here. When he saw there are lots of Hydras, he didn't risk going forward or further, because the shuttle would have been lost really fast. So he decided to make a drop anyway and try to kill most of the Hydras. And I think this wasn't really successful. Didn't really work out well for Brazil, who really has to focus now to do some cheers. Because at this phase of the game, Protoss or Terran or whatever player can only win against such Zerg if they do some cheers. Only ground units, well, not a good option. Okay, newer drop is being prepared, and this time more and more shuttles are available for Brazil, who is sending these shuttles all the way around the globe. So he's really dodging the base of Splitter, which is a nice thing to do in theory. Because yeah, most players would expect a drop from here, but only in theory was this a good option. Splitter had lots of Hydras up here and was prepared anyways. So this drop didn't really well, let's see. Okay, hang on. Okay, so this drop didn't really do as much damage as Brazil wanted. He couldn't drop Templars closer to the base, couldn't even utilize them, so they couldn't storm the Hydras. I think he just wanted to go on with a Templar drop on the main, on the drones. but he didn't manage to do that. So right now the Protoss player should either go carriers, supported by mass reavers and corsairs, or go for the arbiter drop. Recall is the next chance winning the game at this phase when the Zerg player is built really up. But Splitter is just coming outside now, and well, yeah, he's almost maxed out, so of course he has the possibility to come outside. Also defilers are joining the fray, and we will see swarms anytime soon. But the problem is that Swarm doesn't really work well against Zealots and Reavers and Templars. But anyway, it's a nice distractor, and well, yeah, it is just a bit annoying for the Protoss. Right, newer Defiler was coming outside, but it was lost in the way. But he has 4 more, he's alright with that. And Brazil has lots of viewers here. They will do a great job against mass Hydralisks. So of course Scarabs do damage against units under a swarm. Well, like 90% of the Protoss units do damage against units under a swarm, except for goons. Well, yeah, air units. Okay, the little Templar is invincible there, and he's laughing at the face of the Hydralisks. But right now, more and more Hydras are coming, and Splitter is really devoted to this attack. Guardians will also come and help out these ground units, who are really doing a great job. These Hydralisks are flooding this expansion here by Brazil, who has Dark Templars, which was really nice initially until Overlords arrived, and they became useless for the moment. So Brazil is doing a nice job here with these Reavers and Templars. He knows well that against built-up Zerg only these units do significant damage, and it's really good combining. Well, yeah, he's really combining well the units. Corsairs are useful against any type of air units. Zealots, Dark Templars, Templars, and Reavers can kill the ground units of the Zerg player. So Splitter didn't really manage to come outside. Also the Disruption Web is casted, and those units under that can't really do anything. Okay, Splitter is almost finished with all the upgrades, while yeah, Brazil is similar level. He doesn't really have shield, but it's normal. Most Protoss players do not really deal with shield upgrade. It costs a lot of money, and yeah, they just leave it for the last time. Okay, one upgrade on the air units. Also, I suspect that Brazil was also focusing more on the air upgrades. Yeah, two there on the Corsair and 1 defense. Okay, so Devourers are now coming and supported by Guardians, or more precisely, the Devourers are supporting the Guardians against Corsairs. So the Corsairs moved back, and it was a nice move by Brazil because the cannons managed to shoot these Devourers, and right now the Guardians were left alone, being killed by these mass Corsairs. Right, so Splitter had to retreat, the Reavers and the Corsairs are doing a great job. That's the best combo Protoss can have against Zerg, because Corsairs just simply kill air units really fast, and Reavers can kill ground units easily. Okay, that Dartantar there is really convenient for Brazil. 6 kills, but right now he has just died. Okay, lots of Zerglings try to come outside and flood the cannons, and it's really nice having the swarm there, because the Lynx can kill these cannons at least. But the problem is that the Reavers are waiting there exactly for these Lynx, and they can just... So one scarab shot can kill masses of Lynx. Okay. Now carriers are also prepared. Brazil has to focus here not to lose the cannons, because after that he becomes quite vulnerable for further attacks. Okay, Brazil is doing a nice job by Corsairs and DTs. He's really killing any overlords that would like to scout the DTs. So while the overlords are away, the DTs can do a great job killing the Zerglings. The overlords are a bit late to this attack, and also they are not defended by any units, so the Corsairs easily kill them. These Corsairs with 3 upgrades are deadly, so doing splash damage, they kill overlords really fast. But more and more Lynx are produced by Splitter, who is just flooding this middle base, and this time he's really successful because all these DTs have scattered, and where they are not really together, so the Lynx were able to kill anything left here, or rather saying everything left there by Brazil, who started to focus here. He has to now defend his own base, which is really a bad news for any player. So when you get to the phase when you have to defend your own base or your own entrance against a Zerg player, well, that like 80% of the cases means the end of the game. Right, so Brazil managed to survive this attack. He really has to focus now because he doesn't have an expansion in the middle, so he cannot really protect against Reavers. But he's doing a nice job by having mass DTs and Corsairs, carriers, who can easily shoot the overlords that come for detection. But right now more and more Hydras and things are attacking on the part of Splitter. Right, so the Overlord died, and Splitter is really sending some more, just to be safe against these DTs. Okay, Corsairs are trying to cast some disruption web, which is really nice for against these Hydras. Oh my god, that was a nice play. So the carriers got plagued, and they are really low on shield and HP, rather HP. Okay, that's it. GG.